Good morning to you once more, Lagos. You are tuned in and listening to Smooth Breakfast right now. It is time to delve into the world of business inside of Business Express. Rotus, good morning to you.
Good morning, Folu. Good to see you again.
Yes,
Welcome back.
Good to see you guys too. Thank you. I know you missed me. Don't cry too much. It's fine. I'm back now. And Lagos, please do send in your messages to us on WhatsApp. That number is 0809-444-0981. Also, feel free to tweet at us that hashtag BusinessExpress981. And I will also tweet at you the link for Periscope where we are live streaming. So, Rotus, what's going on?
Thank you. I want to welcome Emmanuel of ARM. Emmanuel, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rotus.
You were here last week now.
Yeah,
I was here last week. Yes.
Yeah,
Good to have you back in. Emmanuel made some calls last week, and it's from now on, when analysts make calls, we'll bring them the week after to see if those calls come through. Actually, his calls were good. But Lagos, good morning to you again. So, stock market on Friday was up by 0.86%, but for the last week was ugly. FCMB was our top gainer, 9.85%. We're going to be talking about FCMB's 9-month results today. Diamondback is also in the news. Diamondback was the top loser for the week, for last week, but they were not the top loser on Friday. I think that was CAP PLC. The other thing we're going to be talking about is the Naira. I haven't talked about the Naira in quite a bit because the rate has just been flat, but something changed last week. So we're at about 360 odd Naira to the dollar. It's been at not 360, excuse me, 370. Yes, 370 is what we spiked to on Thursday, I believe. So actually, let's actually start there, Emmanuel. It's been flat. It's been it jumped to 370. All of a sudden last week, what happened? What are we looking at?
Okay. So first of all, the Naira has been flat over the previous weeks, and the main reason was the CBN has been supporting the Naira through his FX reserve.
Okay.
So over the last week, we saw the Naira depreciate by about 1.4% week on week, and that was basically because of two reasons. First is higher demand ahead of the festive season.
Okay.
So we see more people demanding for travel and business allowance. And second, also, which was a major factor, was because of the recent decline in crude oil price.
Okay.
So we've seen crude oil price has declined 120% already. It's now trading at low of $60 per barrel. So this just caused panic buying among traders. Most of them feels that the CBN might not be able to just defend the Naira. However, we believe that when you look at the FX reserve is about $42 billion. I believe that the CBN will take whatever it can to just support the Naira.
Keep supporting the currency
over the year.
Okay, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned the CBN because it's very interesting. They had a very sharp response on, I think, when did they release that circular? Was it Thursday or Friday?
On Thursday.
Thursday. In fact, the same day that the Naira spiked. So the CBN, what happened? They've introduced a new window through which they're going to be selling dollars to BDCs.
Yeah, so this just shows CBN's readiness to continue to support the Naira. So prior to this circular, the CBN make a sales of $45,000 per BDC for 3 days per week, as on Monday, Wednesday, and on Friday.
Okay.
Now the CBN is introducing one more day, which is going to be on Thursday. So the CBN will be making an additional sale of $15,000 per BDC. So this is making total of $60,000 per BDC. So this is just showing CBN's readiness to just support to defend the currency.
Okay, but what about the pressure on reserves? Because look, you mentioned that reserves are 42 billion, Abi.
Yes.
Back in June, it was 47 or 48. So they've burned through about 6 billion in how many months now? So what about the pressure?
So you're right. So first, what we see for the FX reserve is that they have oil earnings and also FX from foreign portfolios.
Okay.
So over the past few months, we've seen sell up across emerging markets. Nigeria has not been excluded. So most of these foreign portfolios they've not been coming in.
Right.
So the CBN has just been supporting the Naira with the FX reserve, majorly through oil earnings.
Right.
Now that the CBN is bringing an additional $15,000 per BDC, so this is going to just put more pressure on the FX reserve. However, we believe the CBN is ready to.
They don't care. They are going for it.
They are going for it.
Okay. What about the election spending? Would that have? You think that's going to be a factor, or about you're sticking with the oil prices and the demand for Christmas?
Majorly now it's just the higher demand due to the festive period and also the recent slump in the oil price.
Cool. Emmanuel wants to remain diplomatic. Well, Lagos, you and I know that.
The policy is okay.
Yes,
Just
yes.
leave him alone.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave. I won't put any pressure on, but we the rest of us know that there's some. Yeah, okay.
Meanwhile, Gwenga says, is it not now that Nigerians rush home from abroad with plenty of foreign currencies, or is there no December this year? Have you not seen the traffic? They're coming.
They are coming, Benga. But yes, that's another thing. Remittances, I think we expect that to flow in as well with our fellow brothers and sisters abroad. We're talking Diamond Bank again, so we move on from the currency on to Diamond Bank. We've been talking Diamond Bank now for 2 months. Anyway, but we have to keep up with what's going on in the news. Emmanuel, we have a new update with Diamond Bank. I hear they've gotten a new approval from the central bank. So please tell us about this.
Yeah, so last week we saw a circular from the NSC, which shows that Diamond Bank they've gotten an approval to operate as a national banking license.
Okay.
Compared to the international banking license they operated before.
Okay.
So this just means they'll have lower capital requirements. I'll explain. So as an international bank, the bank operated, they had a minimum capital adequacy requirement of 15%.
Okay.
Now they've gotten approval to operate as a national banking license. So this just means they will have a CAR of about 10%. That's capital adequacy requirement of 10%.
So the requirement comes down.
The requirement comes down.
Okay.
So overall implication means the bank is going to have more capital to fund the business to expand their loan book.
Okay. Now, something I noticed here, they said, this is some very confident stuff here. They said that they're going to pay off their euro bond of $200 million, and they plan to do it by, was it May or March?
Yeah, May 2019.
May 2019. Yeah, they want to. Why are they going to find $200 million to pay off their euro bond? Where is this going to happen?
So the bank mentioned that they're definitely going to repay the euro bond through their internal generated FX earnings,
okay,
as well as the proceeds from the sale of their UK business.
Okay, yeah, they sold off their subsidiaries overseas. Yeah,
they've sold their West African business operations in 2017. 2017. So for this euro bond, they expect to pay it off using the proceeds from the sale of their UK business.
Okay.
As well as FX earnings they get. So we believe the bank has about $70 million already, and we just expect higher proceeds from the sale of their UK business. So we just expect higher sale from their UK business to combine to cover up. So,
okay, go ahead.
Okay, so based on our estimates, we believe that they could get about $150 million from the sale of their UK business. So adding that with the $70 million we believe they have aside, so that's about $220 million
to be able to pay
cover up the $200 million. So we believe the bank is definitely going to repay their euro bond come May 2019.
Okay, so that's good news. This is, I think, the first good news we've heard for Diamond Bank in a while. What about the stock? Because I heard there were some brave people I was talking about. Some people were like, I'm going to jump in and buy it. I was like, I don't know. What's your outlook on the stock?
So first of all, we've seen negative sentiments on the stocks over the past few weeks.
Yeah, 65 kobo now.
65 kobo now. Stock that was trading at about 3 points.
Yeah, 50 kobo or so.
Earlier this year, now trading at a low of about 65 kobo. So on the profitability, first we still expect the bank to still post a loss over 2018.
Right.
Majorly because of flash growth in interest income and higher funding costs. So we don't expect to see many improvements till after maybe H2 18. But for now, we are negative on the stock.
All right. So ARM is negative, but if you are feeling brave, who knows whether the stock will rally today after this news.
All things are possible. Lots of messages coming in. Cruz, just a crying faces. Diamond. Oh, why? Calm down, Cruz. Wagbalaha says, not to worry, people. Inflow of $2.8 billion euro bond coming soon. Firepower to defend.
There you go.
Questions coming in as well. Sam is asking, Rotus, is it time to buy? It is ridiculously cheap.
Sam, you just had our analyst, so again, do your due diligence before making any purchase. And Sam is one of those people who is like really excited over the weekend, like saying we should buy. But I would be cautious because I want to see how the stock does today. It might rally. You think it'll rally today? You might. I don't know. It's hard, like a crystal ball. You don't know. Let's see how the stock
Sam
goes.
is just smiling from it. He's like, well. Dami Oo says for Diamond Bank, this is a better route to go than emerging. Wema Bank is a good example. From national to regional, now back to national after stabilizing. Uzoma, though, he says, with eyeballs.
We'll leave Uzoma alone.
Yeah, I think so. And Benga Kamu says, finally, Diamond Bank is cutting its Ankara to fit properly. Lesson we should all learn this December. I hope this is not symptomatic of a greater problem in the banking sector.
I hope not. I don't think. No. Banking sector is fine. Banking sector is fine. All right, real quick. Moving on to another bank. We just said we mentioned this. FCMB's 9-month results. This is the call that Emmanuel made last week. He said he was expecting a good result, decent result. Emmanuel, please take us us through FCMB real quick.
Okay, so FCMB released their 9-month 2018 results on Thursday, and we saw them post an earnings per share of about 57 kobo. That was about 107% increase year on year.
107%. Wow, okay.
And the result was largely driven by stronger non-interest revenue and also a lower funding costs.
Okay.
So over Q3 18, we saw the bank post a FX revaluation gain of over 9 billion naira.
Okay.
That was about 21 times increase year on year.
Wow.
And this FX revaluation gain is coming from gains on their FCY net assets.
Okay.
So as at the end of Q2, the bank valued their net asset as at 344 naira per dollar. So as NFS has moved to about 360 as at the end of Q3.
Sweet gain.
So they made a gain on it. Yeah. However, what came as a surprise to us was the enormous amount they booked.
Okay.
So when you check their net FX position, they have relatively small position, about $200 million. Normally that should just translate to about 5 billion naira gains in terms of revaluation.
Okay.
We saw the bank post an enormous gain of about 9 billion naira.
So you need to talk to management and find out.
We're going to speak in management.
Okay. So as far as the stock, though, you still like the stock?
Definitely. So over 2018, as a matter of fact, now the bank 9-month EPS has already outmatched our expectation for 2018 already. Yeah. So we believe the bank is in a very good position to post a solid FY18 result.
Okay.
Based on our last communicated fair value estimate of 2.34, we have a buy rating on FCMB.
Good stuff. So buy cautious on Diamond Bank, may buy on FCMB. Remember, Lagos, do your due diligence before making any purchase, and talk to a broker like ARM before buying any stocks.
Do your due diligence.
Yes,
Or just keep listening, because coming up next, we are going to be talking about your hustle, and maybe this investment thing is yours. So we'll be helping you out.
Emmanuel of ARM, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Rotus, thank you as always, and thank you to our listeners. Thanks to everyone who sent in messages. For those of you looking for cake, ask Smooth FM. I sent some people cake.
Yes, it was a tasty cake. Thank you.
Okay, look at that. Coming up next, we are talking about fuel for your hustle. Keep listening to Smooth Breakfast.
Thank you.
Thanks. People are asking me for cake. People now inhaled. I even inhaled cake, and Thomas didn't receive cake. That was massive.
Yeah,
that was a
put that thing in the kitchen. They try.